YouTube, Brian Phillips here. We've got the Conscendo Evolution. Conscendo Evolution. This thing is flying on a glorious 2200 4S. That's right, guys, 4S. I'm kind of a little bit nervous about how crazy it's gonna be. Throttle cuts off. We think we have our VARIO on, but we'll find out. That is crazy amount of power. Okay, so we have a beautiful sunset, so we're gonna see how this goes. Just making sure our final control surface test. This is the Maiden. If you're watching this out of order. Oh yeah, got a roll in it. I'll have to correct that. It's not horrendous or anything. Little bit of roll, little bit of trim, little bit of rudder. That thing is gliding gloriously. Not unsafe. Man, that looks good. That is so gorgeous. No throttle so far, until now. Holy crap. Okay, so just real quick, I got to do a little bit of an elevator trim. There we go. Man, this thing is responsive and really manageable. Oh, that sounds so good. It is so fast. Right behind the sun. You good?
Mm-hmm.
I scare you?
No, I'm just attached to the camera now.
Upside down. Plenty elevator authority. Let's get up here by the edge. Man, that thing is fast. It's so fast. Talk about unlimited vertical. Guys, you'll notice I'm not talking much.
We noticed.
It's got me speechless. That is incredibly good ups. That is so awesome. All right, do we need to do a high-speed pass? Like under throttle? That is crazy.
Jeez, that is so fast.
Out of the throttle, guys. This thing is designed to be out of throttle. If I catch any of you flying under throttle, we're gonna have problems. Man, it looks so freaking gorgeous. Those lines on the bottom are super helpful for visibility. Yeah. Look at it accelerate. Total on stall. Man, this AS3X, it has this thing locked in, which is amazing because check this out, folks. I believe with the forward programming of the AR637T, we might be able to turn it off for thermaling.
They're not gonna be able to hear it, are they?
Because of our stupid lapel mics that everybody loves. It's possible.
It's cool.
I love the noise, guys. If you can't hear the noise, you're missing out so badly. Here we go. I'll try to get really close. This is now a performance sailplane, guys. I am dead serious. No exaggeration at all. And you know what's cool about this? Check this out. I'm gonna tractor the prop so I can go slow. There's our timer. Of course, that's not gonna mean anything to me. I will ignore it. Look how slow you can do it. And I am tractoring the prop to hold the speed down. That's on purpose. Because when you have this much power, look at this, high alpha, you can pull out of any stupidity that you've gotten yourself into. Oh man, that thing looks so stinking good. I mean, you could probably pull this thing out of a tree after you crash with the throttle.
Let's not find out.
Am I making you nervous, camera crew?
No, the focus is screwy over there.
You mean over where it's beautiful?
Yes, sorry.
Man, that rudder doesn't give you much authority when you're out of the throttle, though. That's strange. I don't remember that problem with my old Conscendo. Let's do a big old inside loop, demonstrating the power. You'll notice there's a little bit of dihedral still. I don't think they changed that much. Okay, we'll do some safe. We'll just turn it kind of toward us and then we'll let go. We'll turn it toward us and let go. Turn it toward us, pull all the way back, limited bank angles, and then let go. Let's fly with safe for a minute, okay? Man, that's good bank angles. If you guys are on safe, oh, you can almost trick it upside down. Did you see that? Okay, safe is off. Can't handle it anymore.
That was not a minute.
That's what she said. Oh, good lordy lord. That is so amazing. Oh, we got to shoot the moon. Where's the moon?
Ooh, I don't even know yet.
Is it over here?
It's got to be behind us.
Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Is that even a word?
Nope.
Dang it. Another made up word today. Going up in the thermal. Look at that thermal we caught. Jeez. Just kidding, guys. Hilarious joke. That's all. Just a hilarious joke. That's all. Okay, here we go. Right down the runway. I know I really wish I could say this guy's name. He does sailplanes all the time. Spender Ven, or I feel bad because he's got an awesome channel and I was going to make a shout out. Of course, the bugs are coming out now too. You good? Mm-hmm. Down the runway. Okay. Now that we have lapel mics, you people can hear us communicating.
Great.
Such an invasion of privacy.
So where are the mosquitoes?
You like going upside down with the camera there, hon?
Jeez.
Who needs yoga?
Me.
Film my videos. Oh, the bugs. Why would you even want to fly this on anything else if it flies this good on 2200 4S? You know why? Because maybe you want to slope soar with it. I said it. I don't hear my VARIO. I just flipped switch C, nothing. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe I've got to call Horizon and ask them about that. Whoa, did you hear it? That was an ESC fart. Did you hear it,
I heard
camera
it.
crew?
Yes.
What the heck is this thing farting for? I'm just trying to screw it up and get it all janked up and see how fast it recovers. You think I can catch this one without flaps? I kind of doubt it. These sunglasses, okay guys, I was mentioning that I was wearing these sunglasses from Banggood. So you may notice I still have them on. I wanted to mention this because I still have them on and they are not dark right now because they change color in the sun. And I wanted to mention that because I have been trying to find something like this forever. I used to wear glasses for most of my teenage and adult life, actually my young childhood too. But I got LASIK and awesome, best 3,500 bucks I ever spent. It's a little bit more expensive these days. But the thing is, I've been trying to find some glasses that would work good for flying, especially around twilight, and you guys know we do a lot of it. And these have worked out really good so far for about 2 weeks, and they're like dirt cheap. They're like less than 10 bucks. So I don't know. If you haven't checked them out, you may want to check them out. They have different colors. I call them happy glasses when they're yellow. I love that sound. I really, really, really hope they can hear that.
I really doubt they can.
We may have to film this one without.
We might.
Sorry, I'm running away from you, hun.
It's okay. Just take the mosquitoes with you.
Yeah, I'm sure they came with me.
I'm sure they did.
Guys, this plane is glorious. I'm not gonna say that I ever had even a peep of problems with my S. Whoa, that was my low voltage warning on my transmitter.
So are you gonna land or no?
I don't know. It's on 4S, good Lord, it'll glide for 17 years.
I know we haven't landed a glider here in a long time though.
Are you suggesting I can't handle it? I do feel like maybe it's getting a little less juicy.
Gross.
A little less juicy. We're only 6 minutes 33 past the timer, which was 5. So we're at 11 minutes, guys. The lighting's getting considerably worse right now. So let's see if I can do a catch. Hun, you're gonna wanna give me some room.
Yep.
Maiden flight, throttle cuts tested. Holy goodness gracious, this thing is awesome. It is so much better than the original, and I don't even know how to explain how much more stiff this is.
I know.
I mean, guys, I'm no chump, and that thing, I could break the other one in half without even thinking about it. I don't think they changed the spars, but they changed, did they have a carbon fiber spar in the tail? They might have.
I don't remember.
But I can tell you this thing is dense now.
It is.
It's like nothing like before, okay? Let's see if we can get this to alarm again. All right, that braking is awesome. That is so cool. That is so awesome. I love it. Look at that. It's alarming. Hold on, hold on. I love it. That is so cool. So we can go to the telemetry setting, tested, and we can check and see what's going on. So these glasses, guys, they're slightly darkened right now, and they're just like supposed to be like driving glasses, but I really like them. They've been really good so far. And I just have this nasty habit of putting them on my head like this, and I get into a forklift, and then I hit my head on the roll cage, and then it scratches them. So it's really annoying because I'll be at work, I'll be all sweaty and hot, and then I'll get in one and I'll hit my sunglasses and they get scratched, and I just can't handle having scratched glasses. So that's what prompted these. You might want to check them out next time you order something from Banggood. But this thing, you're going to order it today because it's awesome. You got to get it. The Conscendo Evolution is awesome, okay? I'm loving this plane. It's every bit as good and then more. I can't hardly believe how much more solid it feels in the air. The original one was always good, but this one is just, it's like a new layer of solid. And the only issue I have with this plane, and I'll be honest with you, it's a very minor issue, is that it's dihedral, okay? When you get into more of a performance glider, you don't typically want dihedral, especially if you have safe. So also, let's look at our trims. Camera crew, hold this, please.
Yep.
Okay, so I wanted to show you this.
Wait, you're gonna have to focus that yourself then.
Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, wow. The max G-force was 7. The min was -6. I'm so nice to my planes. The VARIO is evidently not activated yet. Oh man, that is so good though. Wow, awesome. Guys, I am loving that screen so much.
Those are so consistent from cell to cell.
Yep, that's because they are always balancing.
I know, it's crazy though.
Throttle cut is on, by the way. I know you guys saw me moving that. See, look at the trim. I'm 38 on that, and I'm 58 on this. So 58 on the ailerons, and 38 on the, I'll hold this again. 38 on the elevator. And then 28 on the rudder. That's like one of the worst trims I've had in a long time from Horizon. And
so
you guys,
are you gonna do a mechanical adjustment?
well, look how straight they are. I think there's nothing else you could do in good conscience because it's basically straight as an arrow, except for the rudder has a little bend in the top. So I wonder if we straighten that, if it's gonna make a difference. But either way, guys, I caught the thing on the Maiden flight. That's really exciting for me. I had no flaps. I don't know. I hate being wrong, but if you don't need flaps on this, it would be like open it out of the box. And it's probably been one of the shortest and quickest builds we've done in a long time. The Molly was relatively quick too, but not that quick.
Not that quick.
And this is what I ended up doing with the battery though, guys. I kind of squished this thing. That's not cool. One of the rails on the side there. And that's because I immediately broke the Velcro. I didn't break it all the way. No, I didn't break it. It was just the middle tab coming out. See, that's just the middle tab, the plug that was in that spot. This is honestly, my complaint with the dihedral is not so much a complaint. It's just a preference thing. I love the dihedral. I think it makes it fly like a daydream. But some of the guys that are into the performance want it totally straight and they don't want the winglets to go up like this. But I think it's gorgeous. This is a complaint. That's a legitimate complaint, guys. Horizon, you can't be putting out a plane this good with such a crappy strap. Please, hear me on this. If it costs an extra $2, please pass it on to us. We will pay the extra $2 for a better strap. And I don't want to put it in myself. I want it to come out of the box that way. Other than that, love the plane. Let's see how hot the motor is. Oh, buddy, she's hot. That thing is hot.
Still even?
Ooh, I wouldn't touch it. It's hot.
Oh.
Well, I could feel it coming off of there. It's kind of made me nervous, like I was going to burn myself. But yeah, so be careful about that. Make sure your leads are tucked up, okay? So like this bounce lead, be careful it doesn't, you know, get left right here and then go up against that, okay? So just kind of tuck that in, you know, however it is you do. And you can see I don't even really have this super tight. So those tumbling flips and things like that are probably really super good on that.
But it's pretty well, I mean.
It's in there, so like if I lost the lid, it's not gonna come out.
Yeah.
But honestly, guys, only complaint, the legitimate only complaint I have on this plane, and if there's a complaint to have, that's it, because everything else is so good. And the other thing is, if you're gonna get real crazy on this plane, you may wanna think about throwing a piece of tape there. So, you know how this had all the backing behind it? You could take with scissors and cut about a 1/2 inch swath and just tape this joint. You don't have to do it. It's not like you're gonna absolutely need it, but I can tell you that that will be a wear point. And I'm probably gonna go inside and do it. It's gonna take me like 30 seconds. It's gonna be a good 30 seconds spent. Tell the people at home how long 30 seconds lasts usually.
15, maybe 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes. It could be a couple hours. But either way, 30 seconds well spent here, and these things are rock solid. I just can't believe how good this thing performed. I love it. It's great, guys. Go get one. If you haven't already got one, just pause the video, jump down to the description, find the link, buy it today. This thing is awesome. And Horizon, good job on this one. Good job. This thing, I can't believe it ever got discontinued, but if that's what it took to get it to this stage, it was worth it for me because I already have my Conscendo S. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm not even gonna fly it on 3S because what's the difference? On 4S, it's amazing. I wanna fly it again, but for my own personal consumption. YouTube, it's Brian Phillips again. We have something new. We are honored to unbox this beauty. Something new, truly new. Something old. Something old, something new.
Something borrowed, something blue.
That's what I was figuring you would say. Good.
it's not blue.
Right on cue.
If it's not blue, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Hey, you know what? Last time I got it, it was a good blue. If you haven't already read on the box, some of you people are going to be so happy because I was so pissed when this thing disappeared. And now I'm going to be so happy to add it back to my links because this is awesome. And yes, it is blue.
Oh, it's black and yellow.
And guys, you're never going to know. You're never going to guess. It's the Conscendo Evolution 1.5 meter. Ooh, is that bigger? No, it was 1.5 meter before. Either way, guys, this obviously has safe. I don't know what else it has because I literally just got this in the mail and I was totally expecting a different plane. So I'm hoping they didn't send this to me by accident. But this is really exciting for me. It obviously has safe. It's got AS3X. It's got the, does it have, it's got DSMX. Okay. I was hoping it would say like 637T. That would be awesome. I'm really excited to find out how this works because 3 and 4S compatible? Are you freaking kidding me? My Conscendo S flies on 2S.
Really?
3S melted the motor mount. Now this is going to be 4S capable. This thing is going to be crazy. No, it melted. Everybody knows it. It was like a known thing.
Oh, okay.
You could fly them on 3S and it would work, but you would just melt your motor mount. The other thing we have to watch for is we have to look at the pins on the spinner, which was another problem that Horizon had that they never really wanted to admit to, except that they changed the design. We'll see.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. Guys, this is one of the best flying sailplanes out there on the market, foam sailplanes. And I'm actually super excited about this one. And I get excited about virtually everything. But the thing is, I didn't know it was coming. And I'm really excited to see it. It's gonna be a great plane. If it was just 4S compatible from what we had before, would be a huge improvement, even though like it didn't need it. Oh, wow. Oh, look at the bottom decals. That's so cool. I just noticed that. That's gonna be neat. Okay, we got a carbon fiber spar. We got the instructions like usual. Obviously, this is going to be an unbox. We'll do the assembly and we'll do the radio setup. But we have 23 seconds before my wonderful camera crew has to make food for me. So we will pause it.
I do that too.
Okay, we have a nice manual. Looks like they did a good job on that. That's the typical Horizon job. Looks like it comes with decals that you can choose to apply or choose not to apply.
Yes.
My camera crew is so happy with me right now that we're filming this delicious food.
I'm making your dinner. You should be nice to me now.
She always makes my dinner.
That's true.
She's we have chicken and potatoes and then cheese and bacon that's going on here. Yes, we are filming an unboxing of this. But on Brian Phillips RC, we are adding in dinner. Cheesy and bacony developments.
This is like a chicken bacon ranch, like loaded potato casserole. So it's like baked potatoes on the bottom.
It's gonna be good.
And
it's
chicken
gonna be good.
And cheese.
But that's gonna be good too, right there. She doesn't even know what I'm filming.
Not me.
Assume the worst. Assume the worst. Good Lord, how long do you have to put cheese on?
It's a lot of cheese.
We'll just put it all on there.
I'm working on it. It has to be evenly distributed.
Yes.
What do you think I did for a living before I only made you dinner?
You guys don't realize this, but the camera crew used to be a foods teacher.
No, I used to be a family and consumer sciences teacher.
Yes.
Also known as home ec.
Home ec. And she used to also do foods. Hold on, let's turn this thing on. And then you can see it in all its glory. It's gonna be delicious.
I don't think that's enough cheese.
Hurry up with the bacon. This unboxing is getting long.
You don't have to film this.
We're filming it. It's
not
happening.
A required part of.
Look at those delicious bacon bits. I thought you were gonna make like fresh bacon.
No.
This is so cheating of you.
This is what I always use. Sorry.
Oh, really?
You have to wait for tomorrow.
I'm so let down.
For real bacon.
Oh, this thing is gonna be awesome. I'm so excited for this.
I didn't need
E-flite. See, this is the type of quality filming you would get from me if I was filming, which is why you're glad you've got a better camera crew. Okay, so that's enough bacon and cheese for now. We'll be back with the airplane next.
Okay.
So now that you're all hungry, oh
Now
yes,
we're back where we belong.
beautiful. We've got a wing here. Looks pretty much the same. I'm not sure if I'm sold on the yellow and black, but I'll take it. Looks like the wing is really sturdy. You can see there's a spar. I think it's a fiberglass spar that goes here. It's kind of like one of those vertical ones. Doesn't make it all the way through because I can feel there's some foam between this and the top. Obviously the one servo. No flaps, that's disappointing. Not like you can't add flaps easy enough. But we'll see, maybe they've got flap-ons in here. I kind of doubt it.
Did you add flaps to your old one?
Oh, yeah.
And lights?
Yeah. I did. But at the same time, you know, like this plane, flaps are good for close quarters flying when you're like really tight between buildings and stuff like that. But truthfully, you don't need flaps on this plane. I just want them, and there'll be flaps on this plane at some point. Just wait and see. Carbon fiber spar, it's hollow but thick wall. Show the people the thick wall.
Oh, it is.
That's pretty incredible. The other wing, obviously. This thing is gonna go together so fast. It's gonna be incredibly fast. But basically just showing you guys the unboxing right here so you can see there's that little crash guard thing. Oh yes, they upgraded the spinner and retractable. Look, Phillips head screw with a nylock, guys. By the way, if you didn't already know this, this is a totally this is 9.5 by 7.5. I think that's bigger. I don't think it was that. I think it was by 6. This is a new assembly on the top. Well, I take it back. It may not be a new assembly. It's got a release there. Ooh. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. IC3. IC3, but no smart lead. What the heck? That's weird. So I don't know what type of ESC that's got in it, but it's a mammoth ESC. And this is a way more sturdy, like way harder foam. Feel that, feel that. The Conscendo was like way soft before, guys.
Yeah.
Wow, feel that spot. It's like rock
really
hard.
thick.
This is so weird, guys. Like I just squished it there a little bit, but still. This was always a super weak spot, so I don't know if they reinforced it or what they did, but it's definitely different. Motor mount, it's metal. It's metal. So, all right, that's awesome. Really excited about that. This feels so much better than it did on the original. It's got inlets for cooling. That's always handy. Looks like the same servo mount for the rudder and elevator. So nothing too special there. And then, of course, we've got goodies here in the middle. Looks like it's just the wing joiner pieces in this bag. And another carbon fiber spar, which is hollow. And that's for the tail feathers, which are here. Okay, so I'm a Hawkeye fan, so I like the color scheme myself. But, you know, I'm kind of assuming with a worldwide audience, most of you guys don't even know.
What they were going for.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just gonna put this in here, and really good packaging. The manual was on the front. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
there's a manual slot, and yet we still have the manual in the back. So without further ado, we're just gonna lay this stuff out nicely so you can kind of see how it goes together. The assembly on this plane is just really simple. And to be honest, I just want to get it out and fly it as soon as possible, but you may have noticed that it's dark. So today it was kind of crazy weather. It was like super windy, and it was raining, and it was like all these different conditions, and then it calmed down
sunny.
Beautifully. But somebody was replying to comments from the last 6 days. Again, for most of the day.
Yep.
So I don't know what we're gonna do about that. It's good to have interactions with you folks, but when it adds up to almost a whole day, it's a little bit overwhelming. So we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do on that. But man, this thing looks good. And it is like way sturdier. You You see how strong that is?
Yeah, but...
No, trust me. I remember this little fiberglass spar was there before, and it was not nearly that strong. Plus, I think they added this. This may have been here, but maybe I just destroyed mine from so much flight. You can see that sharp edge. It's very thin, very aerodynamic. They added a vent here. I don't remember that being a vent. I do remember this being here. So obviously that's where the receiver is. And I'm really curious to see what the receiver is, but we will see in the next part, which is going to be the build, and then we will be doing the radio setup next. So stick with us. All right, so we're going to put this thing together real quick. It should go really smooth. This is like the third time I've put one together. Me and Esteban put his Conscendo Advanced together, and then of course I did my Conscendo S, which would have been the original one that started this all off. And it's actually quite easy. Yes, this does have the AR637T, which is awesome because there's a built-in VARIO in that. So I haven't read that yet, but I know that from past experience. So hopefully they have that VARIO in there, which is awesome for thermoing. So you beep, 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 beep.
It's not at all annoying.
You know what? You know what's annoying? Not having a VARIO.
I didn't say it.
So anyway, getting to the point. It's saying to put all this together, but I'm gonna actually stick the stickers on. That's why I have the box sitting here. So this is the easiest way to do it because like, I don't even think they mention it in the manual exactly how to do this. And so I'm just gonna encourage you to do it this way. It's gonna be the easiest way to do it. Just do it before you assemble everything. Make sure you got it laid out right if you want it to look like what's on the box. So I wanted to talk about that for 2 seconds. These things literally fell out as we were pulling them out of the bag. Don't throw this away just quite yet. You may need it because they also include some of these little pieces. That's tape to hold things together. If you want to use this larger piece, you can take and scissor cut out what you want exactly. And this is some of the best tape you can find. It's just very thick and it's very strong. So just my 2 cents worth there. Okay, so we're just going to apply these right now. You can watch the process. Okay, we're just going to put these on, and you'll notice my control surface is not hooked up yet, so don't worry about that. You'll obviously be binding the surface there. There's a couple of different ways you can trick this and not have problems, but the easiest way I've found is to basically just tape it on there the way it's supposed to look. Grab yourself a knife, preferably something very sharp like an X-Acto knife, and then pick one side or the other, okay? So in my case, I want this to probably drape down. I'm trying to decide if I want to cut it here or if I want to cut it here. If I cut it here, then it's going to drop down. If I cut it in the center, it's going to be split evenly. So remember, the air is going to be rushing across this, so I think I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it probably about 2/3 back, okay? Nice straight cut. This stuff is thick, so you do have to kind of work at it a little bit. So if you don't have a sharp knife, get a sharp knife. You'll thank me. Okay, so there you go. So then you can take and open your control surface up and you can push those down nicely. Okay, the reason I apply it first and then cut it second is because you'll get perfect cuts then, and it's correctly applied to the control surface, which is really nice. You may want to work these. That's a foam pinch hinge, so that'll do you right. Now as for the mold bumps like this, you're gonna see there's some molding bumps there. So you'll see those, and you have to give a little bit extra care to your decals on those spots. So super easy application, really high quality decals. I'm not super duper anal about my decals on this type of airplane because it's not a scale airplane. Now, if this is an airliner and this was Rolls-Royce, you know, sticker, then we'd spend 3.5 hours on this, but it's not, so I'm not super worried about it like this. I even got that too far down, so I'm gonna wrap the edge. So again, same scenario, just come through here, cut, cut, and cut.
But those Rolls-Royce decals were so much fun.
They were actually.
They looked cool.
They looked awesome on that Airbus A380. That was awesome. I thought it was like one of the best things we did.
That was cool.
I mean, other than our children. Oh, you were just talking about one project. I was talking about like our entire life together. That's pretty bad.
Thanks.
Okay, so I'm gonna switch these wings. These go from big in the middle. That should be pointed toward the fuse. So I had it right before. So this should be pointed toward the fuse if you want it to look like in the box, okay? So there you go. So that's how you can tell how that fits. I put mine in size order. So isn't that what it looks like to you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so some people, like I said, get really, really particular about this. I'm gonna be just happy if they're on the airplane. To be honest, I'm not super duper worried about it because this is gonna help. That high contrast helps you when you flip them upside down. And then the second one goes, looks like mid aileron. Yeah, it goes just past the aileron control horn box. Okay, so I'm just gonna, whoops, that one was kind of crappy. And yes, these triangles can get mixed up, so do this, make sure that you get them on the right control surface. Same thing we did with the elevator, we're gonna do right here. We're gonna pull that control surface and just cut straight, just like that. Then push one side down, push the other side down, okay? So we're golden there. And then this one looks like it goes out closer to the wingtip. I would have liked to see these have more of a black tip on the end here, because having that will help you to decipher your wing position, your maximum width. See how it's got a curvature on it? Mm-hmm. That's how you can tell how that goes, okay? That's super easy. We'll just replicate that on the other side. Do you want to pause for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the decals applied, pretty straightforward process. So in the manual, as usual, we start with just kind of running through the manual. It looks like this is 650 grams. So pretty sure you're gonna have to do your FAA crap, unfortunately. Here's your setup. It's funny, they don't even have the DX18 on here. I wonder why they did that. That's strange. Oh, there's DX18 right there. That's weird. I wonder why they decided to just like arbitrarily leave that out, because it's right there.
Yeah.
Why don't they have it in this list? Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not rocket science to figure this stuff out. So, looks like a Y splitter goes in there. I just want to double check. It looks like you do have to take out for the plug and play. You have to put that in there, of course, so we don't have a plug and play. This is a bind and fly. So we just have to grab those two leads that go to the ailerons and hook them up there. Of course, if you're gonna try to do flaperons, which first of all, let me just stop you there. Don't do it, okay? Glad we had that conversation. If you're gonna do something, just do inboard flaps. You'll be much happier with them anyway. There's our leading edge mark for the center of gravity. It's 57 to 71 millimeters. We're gonna actually get ahead of it on this one. So 57, where's the plus or minus? Oh, good, they didn't do a plus or minus. They just told us the correct measurements. Okay, so 57 to 71 from the leading edge. 51 to 71. Oh, buddy, look at that. It's right on the edge of that tape to 71. So 71 is right there. Yeah, so it's basically between, okay, so there's this spar here. You see the spar, guys? It's that like fiberglass spar, okay? So basically where that is.
Hey, that's 68 or 69.
Oh shoot, I slid it, sorry. There's 71. Okay, so it looks like we're right there. So we're just on the edge of this, so kind of where the cavity for the channel for the servo wire. And then what's the other one? 57. Mm-hmm. So 57 will put you right there. So yeah, so I don't even think I'm gonna mark the center of gravity on this because you can feel that bump already. So if you're on that back edge, you're gonna be like quite nose heavy. If you're on the front edge, you'll be still within the center of gravity.
Okay. What?
Pause it.
Okay.
Sorry, there was a bug flying by my wife. I didn't want to do this right next to the lapel mic. Okay, so with all that being understood, this is going to be pretty simple stuff. We're basically just going to put it together because it's not, like I said, putting this plane together is not hard. In fact, it's so easy you could hypothetically not put it together until you get to the flying field, which I'm just not big on that. I want to be having things ready when I get there. Okay, so brown goes to brown. If you see that, brown, brown, orange, orange, slightly more orange, which is also known as red. And yeah, I'm kind of doing this out of order because I was supposed to put the tail on first, but really like it just doesn't matter on this plane, guys. Trust me. It doesn't matter. I have experience doing this. So now this is the worst part of building this plane. Stuffing these wires in where they're not going to be a problem, okay? Because you can't really get them back into the wing. It's hard to get them into that pocket, and you don't want them to get them tied up in your servo controls. So you do have to be a little bit careful on how you tuck these in. So I'm just going to tuck that in gently and just make sure they're out of the way and just hold this. And then all you have to do is just have this within arm's reach, okay? So dry fit that just so you know which direction it goes. And then this one, there's just a lot of wires in there is all, camera crew. So it's not really like a big deal. It's just that there happens to be a lot of wires.
Yeah.
So looks like I picked the other wing to put on first. I should have picked the other one, but that's fine. It's not really that big a deal.
Can I help you?
I would ask you to help, but I know that you're holding the camera, so it's not really that big a deal. I just got to grin and bear it a little bit. Oh, we got to put the wing spar. Why do I always forget the wing spar? It's so funny because it shouldn't even really be a question.
Because you're worried about like the hard part, and that's the easy part.
Well, it should be the easy part, but I've forgotten it on like the last
I know.
4 or 5 installs, which I just don't understand why I keep doing that, but I do. It does make it a lot easier to, that hole is very not easily, it's not like cleaned up at all. So it didn't want to go together well. But you see what I'm talking about? There's nowhere to put your wires. Mm-hmm. So I'll just flip this over here. Okay, that was a lot easier. Sorry, guys. So now I'm just going to try to stuff that down in there. And then I'm going to drop this, but I just really want to keep it away from those control horns, folks. Sorry, camera crew. Okay, so I got it in there. It's rock solid. Drop these things in there. This is made of a higher density EPO. Isn't that what you read while we were on break?
Yep.
Okay, then we have screws. It looks like it came with 5.
Yeah, I think so.
Which is fine because they're all the same.
Yep.
Came with an extra, I believe, maybe. Number 2 Phillips screwdriver. I think I remember having trouble fitting that into the hole. Yep, I did. Okay, so we'll get a smaller one. Okay, so I got smaller screwdrivers and we're gonna see how this goes. Just tightening this in. This happens to be, if you're wondering the size, this is it's a size 0, PO. So P2 would be what I grabbed first, but the shaft of the screwdriver is a little bit too high, a little bit too thick to stick in this tight hole. And you know, if you stick a thick shaft in a tight hole, then all sorts of problems happen. Or it's, you know, everybody just enjoys it.
You don't want it to be too tiny either.
That's true. That's right. You got to find somewhere between
the right
two.
Size
the right size shaft in the right size hole. And you don't want the hole to be too loose either.
No, that's not good.
It's bad also. But what we're going to do is we're just going to tighten this. And we're going to tighten it. That's all the more it's going. Which is crazy because on the first Conscendo, if I would have been talking about the Conscendo S, first of all, I would have been calling it the Conscendo because I totally missed the C. It's the Conscendo. It's like, yeah.
It's a crescendo.
I know.
Crescendo. Crescendo.
A crescendo. It's like the emphasis of the moment within the song. It's the crescendo of the song, which that's why I always thought this name was goofy, but that's fine. Whatever. I forgive you, Horizon. It does feel pretty heavy right now. It looks like it might be kind of hard to control without an elevator. Okay, so this was one of the things too on the original one. You see that gap? I believe they talk about taping that, or they did originally at least. Hey, look, see this? My tape has already popped up. You see that?
Yep.
That's exactly what happens with these decals, and it's so bizarre because I don't know what else to do about it. I've never found a good solution other than retaping the whole joint if it's a problem. And that's why I cut it in the middle the way I did. So you'll just have to use your best judgment on that. So we have a carbon fiber wing joiner here too. So we're just gonna ram that in that tight hole. Yep. And we're just gonna slide it through. Just going by feel. Just trying to find the hole in the dark here.
Good luck.
Yeah. Stuffed it in there. And then we got one more. And we have the control horn, and the control horn just, sometimes they're a little bit tricky to hook up. So I want to know which one they want me to use, and then I'll just use the outside one anyway.
Do something different.
Do something different. Okay, so the elevator is supposed to be hooked up to the outside. Well, this plane is going to be a lot faster, so I'll go to the middle one. So whatever they told me, I'm not doing that. I'm going to the middle one. And I remember on my Conscendo S, I had it on the full-on inside hole.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I don't use that inside hole very often.
Well, you know, you use whatever hole you can get.
Well, no.
Typical. I mean, whatever you can get away with. There you go. Right there. Right there. Oh, yeah. Wow. Lots of holes and stuffing going on here. It's just like crazy around here. Oh, yeah. Look at this. It's such a different color scheme.
It is.
I kind of like the blue and black myself. So I'm not sure. We'll see how this goes in the sky. I normally really like a yellow plane, but this is still a white plane with yellow. So we'll see. And it's funny because it's like, you know, it's like Hawkeye colors. So you would think I'd be all excited about it. There's got to be a screw somewhere in there. Or do you tape this wing on? Oh, that's right.
Where your tape is from?
Yes, that's what those little square things are. I was remembering that. You see, show the people at home. You see those 4 little square pads? That's what they're talking about. You don't use a screw on the tail. You use tape.
Why?
Listen, there was an engineer somewhere that was like, hey, we have 50,000 of these things sitting around. Let's figure out a way to sell them.
Exactly.
You think that's what happened over
Yes.
there at Horizon? Horizon, if you're watching.
I don't.
If you're watching, comment on that.
Slacking.
And don't worry, guys. We'll show you what the food looks like. Because I know we started the problem.
We should show them now before it's like burned.
Disgusting.
We're
Okay, so peel off the backing. Hey, listen. It's all about sacrifices for my amazing hobby. Oh, it's not? Okay. There we go. Ooh. Get on there. That's awkward with that linkage in the way.
So that's top and bottom, both sides?
Yeah, you got to do all of them, all sides.
Really? I'm not buying it.
Yeah, you do. You know what's funny, guys? I've never had a problem with my Conscendo S, ever.
Did you tape it?
Yeah. That tape just went on there all slobby. But I'm just going to leave it slobby. Sometimes it's fun that way.
Usually no.
Just saying. Sometimes. Never know. Oh, dang it. This is some sticky stuff. It's the only way they can get it to stick with this mold release that they use. Because the mold release on the foam is usually like horrendous. That's why the decals are humongo. It's like if you have a decal that's like 3 stars, they might have a piece of...
So it has enough surface area to actually...
to grab like a spot that's not going to immediately break off. So that actually was, like I said, about 10 minutes to put together.
Or 18 minutes and 28 seconds.
You know what? That's as close as I've ever been to 10 minutes, okay? Right? I was just watching Rami's video here, where he's doing his 3rd flight. And he was all worried about his 14-minute video. So it's all right.
It's okay, Rami.
Rami, your videos are just fine.
You're fine.
So anyway, as you can see, this thing is done. It's gonna be gorgeous. And I can't wait to do the radio setup. The CG, it feels solid. Like, I don't remember, I did some wing spars on my own on my Conscendo Advanced. The one thing I can say is that we had a problem on this gap wanting to open up on the old ones. So I don't think we're gonna have that problem just because everything is so much different. It's so hard to show But this is like hard. I don't want to hit myself in the head. It feels like a hard hat. Feel it.
I know. No,
I mean, it's
it
like
is.
weird.
It's like weirdly.
It's weirdly hard. I mean,
I should
just
not.
grab it. Just grab it. Is it?
No, I'm good.
Okie dokie. So what size battery were we supposed to use in this? It's supposed to be 3 or 4S.
3 or 4.
And the only thing is, what's recommended? It's recommending a 1200 to 2200 milliamps. Are you kidding me? So we could use, for instance, this smart LiPo from Spectrum.
You could?
Yeah, 3S.
Yep.
2200. 4S, 2200. Or if you wanted to read the safety labels.
That's super exciting.
So the crazy thing is, check this out. I got to do this. It's got to be, this is going to be it. This is going to be the thumbnail. It's going to be 4S. You got to get the whole plane in there. Are you serious? 4S? Pop the hatch. Let's stick this in the hole. That is so much bigger. Like the hatch was decent size, but you could never have gotten a 2200 in there. There's no way.
Wait, is it going all the way in there or just on top?
Oh, it's going all the way in. I mean, it's like all the way deep in there.
But it doesn't go down.
Oh, you mean flat?
Yeah. No.
Oh, you're saying like this. No, it doesn't slide in the hole.
It doesn't slide in.
Hold on a second. We forgot to put this in the unbox or build assembly. Hold on.
The removal.
Guys, this is where I cut myself, so just watch closely. The removal of the safety equipment. Okay.
Now don't cut yourself.
Per Horizon's legal team, that is not recommended. I'm just saying, in case you're watching, legal team, please forgive me. So that's how you do that. That's the first step. It's kind of like that tag on your couch where it's like illegal to remove ever, or the tag police will come and arrest you.
Yes.
Oh yes, it fits. If it fits, it ships.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, we don't have the cords in there yet.
But.
What? I just want to see if it fits.
I don't know.
We're just going to have to plug it in.
Depending on CG, it might have to go the other way.
You mean like where the wire goes?
Yeah.
I need to see if the canopy is going to go on still.
No.
Because I remember it was kind of like a tight squeeze putting the 2S packs I was using. But this is so much more opened. You see?
Well, those smart packs are smaller.
They are smaller.
Nice.
They pack the punch of a lifetime, and they're smaller. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? It's there. What? Are you kidding me? 4S, 22 hundo milliamp hours. That is going to be awesome. And check the CG. It's a little bit nose. A little bit. No, it's not. It's actually just only very incrementally nose heavy, which, to be honest with you, if you're packing that kind of punch, that'd be pretty sweet. Because look where I am, guys. That is incredible. Like, we're almost spot on with the CG there.
That's going to fly for like 3 hours. I'm going to need a filming break.
I'll give you a filming break, I promise. Ooh. Whew. Got a little bit of pressure. Okay, so when this is all said and done, this is gonna work out good. The strap, they used the crappy strap in this one, it looks like. Ugh. I loathe this particular strap, Horizon. It's the one that like just rips in half every time I pull on it. But that's okay, because to be honest with you, if the cavity fits the battery exactly right,
Yeah.
like what
Strap's not doing much.
Strap's not doing much, except for if your canopy pops off, which I don't think this one's gonna pop off. I never had a big issue with my release mechanism, but some guys did. So, all right, without further ado, the next thing you guys see is gonna be our delicious dinner, since I dragged you into it. Should we show them quick? Let's show them the delicious dinner. What does it look like? Oh man, that's what happens when you
See, now
when
it's
you do
overdone.
unboxings.
Now it's overdone.
Say you're sorry, Brian. I'm sorry, Brian.
Hey, you're the one that has to eat it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, next up, radio setup. All right, guys, we're here for the radio setup on the Conscendo Evolution. So, first things first, we got the DX18 Gen 1 with the most latest and greatest firmware as of the beginning of 2020. We're just on page 3 of the manual, so it's actually like the open, and it's right there. And we're right here. We're gonna use a 1300 3S for setup. We got a bind plug here. So we'll be ready when we're ready. Okay, so from the home screen on your radio system, you're gonna click, scroll all the way down to System Setup, disconnect the RF, your light goes off, model select, scroll all the way to the bottom, add new, create. Then we're going to model type, we're gonna select airplane, data will be reset, yes, it doesn't really matter. Model name, now we can type in Conscendo. Okay, so then we'll go like this. And the camera crew will pause while we do this. Oh, there's no C. I forgot the C. Okay. So as you can see, I didn't have enough spaces to add spaces between the words. So it says Conscendo Evolution 1.5. I typically put the sizes because, you know, like if they ever come up with the UMX Conscendo, I want to be able to add it. So at any rate, plus I also have my Conscendo S in here. So at any rate, we've got that set. We've got the aircraft wing type is going to be normal. So we can do next. Then I want to change the picture way at the end. There should be a graphic that's similar to this, like it's a powered glider. To be something like that. And then I want to go to, what else do I need here? Just looking at this, they're showing expo here and then flight timer for 5 minutes. So let's jump out. Let's go into the function list. Looks like 5 minutes is the default, but now, whoops, the timer is 1 out, tone and vibrate. Next. I hate this setup here. This is the stupidest thing ever. Like, why do I have to put expiration twice? Okay, so we're done on that. So now we can test it. It's working. Okay, throttle cut now. Throttle cut. Set it to switch H in my case. I want it to go to -100. So you move the throttle stick, nothing happens. You turn off throttle cut and it moves up and down as expected. Okay, so that's working. I'm surprised they don't talk about that in this. I wonder if maybe it's on the next page. Yeah, they do talk about some stuff here that they didn't. Because remember, this is a part, okay, so make sure your expo rates are no more than 50%. Wing type normal. Yeah, this is like super simple. So dual rates, they want 170 and servo travel to 100%. That's pretty straightforward. But then expo is ailerons 10, elevator 15, and then rudder to 10 on high rate. And then on low rate, you'd have 5, 5, and 5. So basically, in my case, I'll show you how I set up my dual rates in expo. I'm just going to do like I always do on this one because it's more of a conventional thing. This is highly subjective. So switch F. I'm going to set this one to 5 on the ailerons, then I'm going to set it to 10 on the ailerons, then I'm going to set it to 15 on the ailerons for the top setting, meaning the most expo, the least the middle normal mode that I'm going to start in, and then the least expo. And in the top setting, I usually lower the rates down to like 90. So I just kind of have a little bit of the edge off if it's too touchy. I kind of doubt it's going to be too touchy. I know how this plane should fly. Okay, so we're in the top setting, so we'll set this to, looks like elevator. They wanted the elevator and ailerons to be the same. Or excuse me, the elevator's a little bit more, so we'll go to 20. Then we'll go to, we'll actually go to 15. Then we'll go to 30. And we'll drop that back to 90. And then in the least setting, we'll set it to 10. Kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just getting the feel for what they suggested. I'm just trying to mimic that, but I'm doing it in my own special way. My camera crew is thinking, what a dummy. That's okay. So now we're going to do 5 on the rudder. Then we're going to do 10 on the rudder. Then we're going to do 15 on the rudder. And we'll drop down the rates to 90. Okay, so this is my lowest, most deadened controls. This is where I'm going to start, and then this is the more sensitive controls. Okay, but there's always just a little bit of expo. Throttle cuts on, timer's cleared, and we'll let that run and see if it goes off. Now we need to bind it. It's a pretty easy setup on this one. We're still have to assign safe select because safe select, okay, so assigning a switch, safe select switch designation. So sticks down and in, and then you'll move them to activate what you want. I'm going to set it to this. So we'll do that for now. But we have to actually have it turned on. Let's go and double check that we see it in the menu. So we're going to jump over to the monitor, flight mode, monitor 1. Okay, so throttle, rudder, elevator, ailerons, gear is working. Okay, so gear is an acceptable channel in this case. If you wanted to have it on this, it's auxiliary 1. You wanted to have it on that, it'd be auxiliary 2. If you want to have it tied to this, that'd be a little bit weird because we have our expo on that, but you could. And then you can go in and assign switch F to something. Switch C is not set to anything. My sliders aren't set to anything at the moment. Oh yeah, they are. Auxiliary 4. So that's how you do that, guys. You have to make sure that your switch has been assigned to a channel. Otherwise, it's not making any change from the plane's perspective, from the receiver's perspective. Okay, so we're gonna use that one to operate safe. So throttle cuts on, everything's ready to go. Throttle stick is down for fail-safe settings. We're gonna turn off the transmitter, let it go totally off. Okay, blank screen. Now we can go ahead and this is the way you do it for safe select.
Are you using the plug or the button?
Are you kidding me? The button is on the bottom.
Oh, then definitely not.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be very easy to get to, but you might be able to pull that off if you wanna use the button. This is why they have the switch or the
plug.
And by the way, this is a 3S 1300 milliamp. It's rated from 1000 to 2200, right? The battery is rated from, they recommend 1200 to 2200. So this would be in the range. It is a 3S, but I don't know. Maybe if you're like thermaling or something like that, you could use a smaller pack like this, but I'm gonna go for 2200 4S. Just because it's gonna be awesome. And then we'll do 2200 3S just to show you how it performs. We can use this maybe too, I don't know, but we're gonna use it for setup. So we have the battery disconnected, we have the transmitter off, we have the bind plug in. So now I'm just gonna lay this down in here for ease. Plug it in. I can't see the light flashing, obviously it's underneath. I wanna try to support this. Camera crew, I want you to support this, please. You got it? Keep it level. Excuse me. I'm gonna, sorry guys. Pull that out. While holding the bind switch, or bind button, I'm gonna turn on the power to the transmitter. Binding. DSMX 22 milliseconds telemetry. You need to lift up that side. There you go. Now just leave it still. You gotta keep it level. Keep letting it down. Throttle cuts on. It should be bound, but I don't see it doing its dance. So we're gonna pull this out, plug it back in. Let go. Should be activating. It did take a second on that Air 730 or 637T on the Boeing, didn't it?
Yeah.
But this seems like kind of a long time because it's definitely not alive yet. It said it bound. There it goes.
There it goes. Wow.
Maybe that's just the first time, but it did 2 dances, which means safe select is active.
Yep.
So now we want to establish whether or not safe is currently on so that we know what condition this switch needs to be. Is this safe on or is this safe off? I can tell you right now, safe is on, okay? See this? Upside down, it finds the fastest route to level, up to and including the rudder. So what we want to do is we want to switch that. So I'm going to go into servo setup will be the easiest way. Travel, we'll go to reverse, and we're going to reverse the gear channel. Boom. Now safe is on when I do this, or it's off like that, because that's the neutral setting. That's where I leave it. The only time I deviate from that is when I have complex gear. So, or if I have gear and safe, then I go over to switch D. Keep a system that works for you. Okay, throttle cut has been tested, by the way. So safe is currently on, and it's still on. And you're like, well, why is it still on? You just set up a switch. That's right, because we have to do the assignment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn safe off, throttle cut is on, verified. We're gonna go back to main menu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There it goes. You see it jump? Okay, so now safe is off. In fact, which is what we want. Now safe is on. Safe is off, okay? Real simple. I'm finally getting the hang of this binding procedure. Now we check control surfaces and we should be good to go. Of course, I gotta test my throttle, but not with that prop down where it is.
Hey.
Elevator up, elevator down, rudder left, rudder right, aileron roll, aileron roll. What?
I was gonna say you should mention when you do that safe thing. It says 5 in the book, but you count like half strokes.
I count all the way down, all the way back. That's 1. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But it's like, am I going to count 1, 2? No, I don't
When
do
the book
that.
says 5, Brian means 10.
I mean 10.
Yeah.
So the other thing too is I'm noticing that those ailerons are kind of cattywampus. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's not cool. So I think what's going on is I almost wonder if my camera crew was not holding it quite perfectly level. I wonder. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can do this. I need a battery, 2 batteries. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. So what I don't think you have to hold this exactly perfect, but I'm a little bit concerned. I want this to be square. Okay, so I'm gonna unplug it. Plug it back in. Okay, so it's dancing. Now there is a way, I don't even think I have it perfectly level still yet. I think there's a way in Ford programming to fix that. See how this one's up and that one's down?
Yeah.
My trim is at 0. Okay, so let's show the people at home one other thing. So from the regular mode, okay, throttle cuts tested, okay. So I want to go down to telemetry and I want to go to, see it's already auto config, so I'll just auto config again. There's AS6X. Whoa.
What?
What is that? Let's see what it is. Whoa, that's cool. AS6S, AS3X gain. Okay, so that's tied to flight mode 1, and I believe this adjusts it. So you can do all sorts of stuff with this thing. And I want, oh, the per cell count, awesome. You can tell 4.19 volts per cell. That's crazy. How does it know that? I don't even have a smart connector in there.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at the temperature. It's minus 198 degrees Fahrenheit. It's pretty cold.
A little chilly.
Estimated 100%. Oh, that is awesome. Wow, that's cool. ESC. All right, I'm turning on VARIO if I can find it. Please be VARIO. Please be VARIO. Flight log. Yeah, like I could care less about that. Empty. Yes. Fuel level. That's interesting. VARIO, baby. Switch inhibit. Ooh. I want to tie it to switch C.
Oh, that's good.
So I can turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Okay, because it gets annoying. Okay, so now VARIO may not activate until we do certain things with it. So I'm just going to keep this battery in here for testing. And we're just going to plop the lid right on. This is a smaller battery than we intend to use. It fits really good. CG, of course, is going to be kind of spot on, actually, of course. So I'm going to give it some throttle. Oh, yeah. Good braking is on automatically. See? That's braking. That'll fold the prop. I don't know if it's going to work right away. The VARIO. Let's see if I can go to the VARIO over here. Yes, there's the VARIO. Oh no, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Let's go to the other switch setting. Oh no. Is it not on by default? Is it not something that we get by default? I'm gonna go back to the VARIO. Wow, that's weird. There's all sorts of stuff in here. It's crazy. So much stuff I have no clue about. So I walked out, and I'm gonna walk all the way over to VARIO. Oh, look, seems like it's on. Did you see that? See that?
Is that different than it was before?
Yeah, it's got a moving line, which is what we wanted to see. Maybe I'm not changing altitude enough. Well, we'll find out, because I think what's gonna happen is it's going to probably start working when we take off, if it's gonna work at all.
You suppose your throttle has to be above a certain
For it to activate.
percentage or something?
I kind of doubt it, because you fly with VARIO, you might not have any throttle on.
That's true.
So I guess at any rate, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get flying because we're gonna be losing light. In fact, the sun is dropping over the edge of the field there. So we'll get the trim figured out. I do like this battery for this application, so we'll probably go ahead and potentially use it. And the other thing too is we might have some interaction between the safe batteries too. I honestly don't know. So we're just gonna put these in our pocket, which is not a fire hazard at all.
Nope.
And then we're gonna get the lanyard and we're gonna go outside. So we see you in a second.